What's up, wrestling fans? Last night on the Monday Night Raw review right here on the Joe Cronin Show, we talked about how we thought the Dean Ambrose injury segment was so fake and so stupid looking, and we were actually right. It was fake and stupid looking. However, Dean Ambrose apparently is actually injured. He's actually hurt, and they did this as an angle to write him off TV because there was the attack in the back later on. After he already appeared to be hurt, he's been wearing this elbow device.
Yeah, he's had this brace on for a couple of weeks now, and he's been nursing his left elbow. But this was just a ploy to get him off TV for a little bit. I guess he might need surgery, but he also might be able to rehab it. I've heard conflicting reports. Once again, it's kind of like the theme lately. There's so many people reporting shit that you just can't keep up. So,
well, they're saying it could be Tommy John surgery that he needs.
Oh, so, I hope that's not the case.
But it makes sense though, right? Because he can, it starts to get worse and worse. But then it's almost like when you rest it, it comes back for a little while, but then it gets right back to hurting. So that's why you needed the surgery eventually. So if he wanted, he could stay off TV for like 4 weeks to a month, and he could probably make WrestleMania, maybe. But then it's going to start hurting again, and you know how quick it's going to start hurting, and eventually you need the surgery, and it's going to take...
Yeah, you are going to need it. I mean, we've seen it so many times with pitchers. And
yeah, and it makes sense with that elbow brace he's wearing, too, because that's like a brace that's looks like it's there to support and flex and stretch the elbow the right way. So, he's out 9 to 10 months if he has that surgery.
Yeah, it looks like he's been hurt since No Mercy, really.
No Mercy. I hate that thing.
You figure it's been a while, but
yeah.
Another fun fact is, speaking of the Shield, Roman Reigns obviously wasn't there last night.
Yeah, we knew
this ahead of time that he'd be taking some time off. But Monday and Tuesday they're going to be at the Allstate Arena in Chicago.
Yep.
Both nights. You can get a combo pack of tickets to both nights, Raw and SmackDown, for $30. So essentially, you can go see Raw and SmackDown for $30 next week because it's Christmas. I guess they have really poor ticket sales, more so than usual. So they're offering a combo pack for both nights for $30, and they're advertising, the Shield to be there on Raw, and then SmackDown, all hands on deck as well as John Cena being on Raw. So they're really trying to, push tickets as much as possible.
Wow, that's that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the Boston crowd at Night of Champions? I thought they did.
They were fantastic. Like I said, they were like an 8 out of 10 almost all night. Everything that WWE gave them reason to cheer for, they were extremely loud and boisterous. They kept the night interesting, that's for sure. But anytime like the women's match started to go down, south and became less interesting, that's when the crowd got quiet. But that's no fault of their own.
Wow.
But yeah, every time that it was important, they went ahead and they made the night fun. I think it definitely added to the atmosphere of the pay-per-view, especially the tag team match. They made that feel a little bit larger than life.
Well, we were wondering what it was going to be like there, and I mean, I think they always do well here in the Northeast area. It doesn't matter, New Hampshire's all right, and Boston is real. Many Massachusetts does great. Providence does great. Connecticut does great. Obviously, New York does very well. All the original sort of territory of the WWE, if you want to call it the original territory, out here, just always does so well. Maine even before, but it's been a while since they've been there, I feel like. And then, of course, the Carolinas. This whole area is just great, and then when you get outside, it's kind of like, Chicago, Detroit, Michigan in that area, those areas. I'm sorry, I already said Detroit, but I meant Minneapolis, I meant. And then, Florida does well now. That's a territory that does way better now than it used to. Florida does so much better now than they used to.
Oklahoma has even been surprising a few times where they've done like really well and been very loud and raucous. So.
Yeah. And so they've got these little spurts throughout, and, California has a good, at least Los Angeles is always pretty good, and Texas. I'm trying to think of, like, where these good places are, and, like, so everywhere else is spread out, but it's funny that they have this big Northeast pocket over here where they always do fairly solid.
Yeah, they usually go ahead and do pretty well. Also, little tidbits of news. I mean, there's nothing too noteworthy, but Michelle McCool is possibly returning for the Women's Rumble. Trish Stratus had tweeted out as well that she wanted to lace her boots up. People also said that Lita might go ahead and make an appearance. So
Yeah.
it's going to be pretty stacked as far as female legends go.
Yeah, I feel like there's going to be 25 women in the thing. Maybe there'll be 30. I don't know. But, I mean, they're definitely going to bring back 5, 6, or 7. It feels like women because they're going to need women, and I don't think they're going to just fill it in with all NXT people. So, I think they're going to, like you said, we know that they're going to bring in these women, and Ronda Rousey is a big rumor now. Which, I mean, you'd think that maybe she'd get an ovation, but I don't think so because, I feel like a lot of people just be like, okay, the steam is off on her, They'd rather see, I don't know, someone from NXT come up almost, like Ember Moon would probably get a bigger ovation than Ronda, I feel like. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, Philly, I don't know. Maybe Philly cheer for her.
Yeah. It's certainly in the realm of possibility, so.
Well, there you go, guys. So there's, what's up?
I really think that if Asuka, she's as she said she's going to be in the Rumble, I think she'll be the one to take it.
Yeah, I would think so. Because how could you have Asuka get eliminated? So, I mean that's the only thing. And what would maybe Rousey would create a rivalry with somebody by being in it? I don't know. Get eliminated by Charlotte or something. I don't know. And there'll be a mix of SmackDown and Raw women. It's gonna be interesting to see what they actually come out with the rules and what it means for us here. We don't have that yet. So we'll find that out soon. Guys, leave a comment down below. What do you think about all this news and Dean Ambrose being out here? Man, talk about this guy just can't buy a WrestleMania. Everything he does at WrestleMania sucks. Ever since he went through that ladder at the tag match or the ladder match for the IC belt with Daniel Bryan.
Title, yeah.
That was a great moment, and I don't think he returned after that either in that match. But
no, he was done from there on out, and then that's part of the reason they said they put him through that so he could not stop and interfere in Seth's cash in later that night. Remember, because he would say he would always stop Seth from cashing in. So
that's funny.
They stuck with that story.
Yeah, they did. That's pretty good. They don't normally think of that shit. Normally we'd be like, well, wait a minute. Why didn't Dean come out and try to stop this? Or that never crossed my mind at all. I didn't even know about that until you just told me that now. That's interesting. Guys, leave a comment, hit that sub button, and we'll see you tonight live for the SmackDown review.